Hi there, Rhonda without an H here with you. Today I want to show you what I've been working on this last month. This is kind of a journal share, and anyway, so we'll just get started. I have been in a group called My Year 2017. It's been an amazing group where they have 4 different teachers, Gina Ahrens, Cindy Utter, Ann Williamson, and Jerry Bellini, and they each take a week and bring fun, different things, challenges. There's a photo art challenge that Ian takes care of, so just a lot of things going on. So I want to give a plug for that group. So if you haven't checked it out, I'll put a link, and please do. It's great. Okay, now where I left this last time in my sharing of my journal was in May, and let's see, right here. This is where we left it. So I want to show you continuing on. And first of all, Jerry Bellini did a video on these flowers, cute little flowers made from yarns and things with paper clips, and so I did a few of those. May, spring, I love flowers, I love color, I love all these fun things, and so I just played. Anne did a video, and she did this little shaker pocket, and so I tried that, that was fun. I put some beads in, yeah, beads and glitter is all I put in my pocket. And then I stitched, you know, a quilter's got to stitch, and did some journaling. These cute little birds right here, these are a design of Gina Ahrens. She has stamp sets that you can check out. And just nature. It was just a fun page to do. All right, turning the page, we have more of these little flowers, and I did one that's not mobile. I've got a picture of a truck here because I was driving a lot during this month. Hubby was not feeling very well. Okay, Memorial Day is kind of a really special time when I remember my dad. And his service, and my Uncle Joe. And so I did a whole tip down. This is my dad and Uncle Joe, before Uncle Joe signed up. Dad on leave. Did a journaling bit about it. And then here is Uncle Joe, the write-up after he was killed by a sniper in the war. This is I have the letter, but this is a copy of a letter that Uncle Joe sent to my dad a week before he was killed. Just, you know, it's family history. It's sad, but it's special to us. And then here is a copy of an envelope that my Aunt Mary sent to my dad to tell him about Uncle Joe's death. So anyway, Memorial Day, we honor our family members that have passed. All right. Turning the page, and this is my dad, picture of him. And I was named after Daddy. You know, his name was Ronald, and so I'm Rhonda without an H. Hello. Someone needs to tell autocorrect that Rhonda without an H is very legitimate. Okay, moving on. This is a wedding picture of Mom and Dad. Mom was a war bride. She was beautiful. They were both very handsome couple. Okay, June. Cindy introduced June to us, and the theme for the month of June is growth. And what a fabulous theme this has been. And I've made so much growth during this month personally that it's had a great meaning for me. So I have my calendar. I like to put washi tape in the empty spots. I just, it's just fun to decorate. We had a few graduations that in June, nieces, nephews, grandson, friends. So here's just pictures of some of those people. And a couple of graduation announcements. We've got more pictures inside. I won't show you all of that. And this is an envelope from a friend that was sent to me in the month of June. Had some little RAK goodies in it. And so I wanted to put a nod to her. Okay, so hubby and I decided this year, we've never done this before, but we decided to celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day together. So we picked a date, a weekend that was in between the two. And instead of, just the little random whatevers that we have a tendency to do, and of course the kids are all gone. It's quite different when you've got the kiddos at home. But we treat ourselves to bed and breakfast that no longer does the breakfast. Oh, is that even legal, you guys? Really? Anyway, in the Roberts Mansion in Spokane, and it's a beautiful old home. And so we treat ourselves to a weekend there. We did a dinner cruise on Coeur d'Alene Lake. It's very close to Spokane, and it's a beautiful lake, and the food was fabulous, and it was just hubby and I and these people touring the lake. It was just wonderful. And then we just, we relaxed. We went downtown. We went. We saw Wonder Woman. That was the first weekend that came out, and that was fabulous in a big theater. So it was just a really great, fun weekend. Okay, so here I have made these little pictures. I've copied. These aren't the real pictures, obviously. And I've put a sticker down on them, but it comes up easily. And what I did was I just put a little note on the back to show what it was. And this is my sweet hubby. This is me. Another view of the house that we stayed in. This delicious little bobby pin embellishment. This is compliments of Meridell Abrams. She's the one that gave me the idea for these. And I will also put a link to her YouTube channel for you to check her out. She's great. Okay, turning the page, we were recommended to go to this place called Frank's Diner for breakfast. And so we did, and it's this fabulous little place. It's a train car, and they've converted it into a diner, and it has a bar, and you're just like 3 feet away from the guys that are cooking, and they're squeezing by each other and doing all these things that you do in a kitchen, and you're sitting at the bar watching that. And then if you continue on back, they have some car seats that you can, little booths in the back. But we sat at the bar. We had to wait quite a while to get in, but it was fabulous. And it's been voted like 16, 17 years of best breakfast place, best breakfast in Spokane. It was really fun. In fact, we liked it so much that we went back for dinner. And that time we were able to get into the booths in the back. So that was a fun, different experience as well. And one of the workers there was sweet enough to let me take a menu. So I put that in here. This is a bookmark from our shopping downtown, Auntie Anne's, or let's see, Auntie's bookstore. Just a fun place that people go. We'll just slip that back on. Okay, in this restaurant, Frank's Diner, these two, they're brothers. I thought they might be twins, but they're brothers, and I asked if I could take their picture. So this was them accommodating that. They're just so cute, and they were fast. It was really quite fascinating to watch them do that. All right, turning the page. The next weekend, hubby and I went to a demolition derby with combines. Combines, guys. This is a piece of farm machinery that they use in harvesting grains and such. And evidently, when they get too old to be good on the farm, then I don't know who started it, but they fix them up and paint them, deck them out, and they do a demolition derby. And so we went to this, and it was just a hoot. Here's my wristband to get in. They had some stock car or pickup races, farm trucks as well. It was all, excuse me. Oh. It was all geared to the farm equipment and machinery. And this little town of Lind, Washington, it's small, but they had approximately 5,000 people in the stands that go to these derbies, and we had a great time. So check this guy out. Isn't he fabulous? He was the man that did the flag, as they, to start a race, and then for the winner to go across as well. I've never seen a gentleman decked out in that much orange ever, so that was kind of a fun highlight. Okay, so that is kind of the sort of my history part. If you've been following my first journal share, I'm combining a lot of the things that I'm doing for my year 2017, doing it all. So I'm doing some of the personal things. Well, it's all personal, obviously, because it's mine, but I think you know what I mean. It's not just an art journal, and I don't, anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. All right, Jerry Bellini did a segment on these delicious metal embellishments that you could make, and she used copper and did another video on how to patina give it patina, which was beautiful and amazing. And I thought, oh, I've got to try that, right? So, like an idiot, I go to Hobby Lobby, and instead of picking up the copper sheet, well, I'm going to try the aluminum, okay? So then I follow her directions very carefully and put it in, and nothing's happening. And I leave it in 2 days. Well, come to find out, it doesn't work with aluminum. So I still have to try that. But Jerry did suggest that I use some, what are the paints? I can't think of the name right now. Anyway, to give it patina. And I had some, and I did that. It's nothing great, but it was kind of fun, and it was a nod to the segment because she had some really cool things done there. And then this last week has been Anne's week, and she showed a journal made with these very cool handprints. And so I didn't want to do the journal, but I loved her idea, and I absolutely love this is my handprint, and I took some watercolor paper and I added texture and different things and paint and stamps and anyway, cut it out and glued it on, and I gave her some bright nail polish and gave her a ring, and I love this page. This was so much fun. All right, moving on. All right, so when Cindy introduced this theme, she had a lot of early art pictures that she journaled in, and I have really not put pictures of some of my creations, and so I thought I would do that. That's a nod to Cindy's introduction to the whole growth thing. And so I have added some pictures of things that I've created, some recently and some quite some time ago. This is a very involved wedding card that took me way too long, but it was for a nephew, and I really did it more for the mom and dad of the nephew. This is a recent journal that I sold. It's made out of white lunch sacks. That's the base, and I mean, I love to work with texture and fabric and paper, and I'm just always trying to marry the two guys together. A necklace, a textile necklace in a swap. This is a wall quilt when I was first starting to get more into the art type of quilting that I sold. I think this was way back when I was doing eBay. And when my mother passed, I made memory quilts for my siblings and myself. It was a way of healing, and this is a section of one of those. This is a nod to my mother, some of her pictures that I printed on fabric and things that she loved. And this is an art quilt that I did. I have this hanging in it's in my office or my studio right now, and I love it. It's got all kinds of yummy texture and papers and fabrics and laces and handkerchiefs and oh. This is an art quilt. This is an earlier one, several years ago. Many years ago. Over 10 years ago. Wow. I'm getting old. Oh, dear. This is a junk journal. I started doing the ever-popular, more junk type things. Is there a glare? I can't tell. I hope you're able to see this. I apologize if I've got it glary. This is a picture of my handmade soap. I was selling that for quite some time. And I still have an Etsy store. I've been on vacation for a couple of years. But maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. And then another swap, an art quilt, and another junk journal that I did. So that's as far as we are. So we're done with June. And also with June, I just wanted to let you know in the growth part, this was a huge part of my growth. And there have been some instrumental ladies in this group, my year 2017, Meridell Abrams and Jerry Bellini, especially, that encouraged me on my YouTube channel to, do more videos. And so I started doing that. And when I started in this group, I think I had something like 54 subscribers, and I had maybe 7, 8 videos done. And of those videos, the first ones were really fuzzy because I was just using what was on my computer. The camera was not very good. And I had purchased a nicer camera but hadn't used it yet. So I am now, after that was around in February, so now I'm up to almost 400 subscribers, and I have, how many videos do I have? We're getting upwards, we're in the 20s, working on getting up to 30. And I'm so excited. I appreciate the help that I've been given so much. And one other thing that I want to share with you this month, and it was because of this theme this month, in large part, not 100%, but in large part, that I also created my own Facebook group. It's called Stitching Fabrics, Papers, and More. I'll put a link to that as well if you want to check it out. And so this has been phenomenal for me. I want to thank the art directors in my year 2017, and I want to thank you for coming along this journey with me. This is fun. I hope you've enjoyed my share, and I would appreciate a thumbs up, share, comment below. I respond to every comment within a day or two, and we'll talk to you another time. But in the meantime, have a fabulous day. Thanks, guys. Bye now.